Good morning, everyone. It's been a wild 48 hours, to say the least, between games not working, online games making me rage, losing my power for 12 hours, getting a fan installed, and all kinds of various news and happenings around me. It's been nuts. Today, we'll play a little bit of catch up. But for the most part, today we have two things to look at on the show. Number one, as long as we stay on pace with these support goals, tomorrow for DSP Tries It, I'm going to try a smash burger for the very first time. So this morning, we need to talk about what we're going to be doing. I'm curious what we're going to be doing. And then also, it is the season of shopping because early Black Friday deals have hit. A lot of deals have been listed online, and people are saying, hey, what's the deal with that? Well, let me tell you, I'm looking for a new PC. And that's going to replace my decade-old streaming and capture PC. Today, perhaps we'll look at a few. So, it's going to be a chill podcast followed by Flight Sim, I hope. All right. All this and more. Today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content. Because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, hold on. People are saying the microphone is staticky. I don't know what to do about that. I just checked the cable to see if it was loose. It doesn't seem like it was. How does the microphone sound to everyone right now? Does it sound any better? Fine. Does that mean that it's improved because I touched the microphone cord? It's better now? Okay. So it was probably a loose cable. And that happens very rarely, but it has happened a few times. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Welcome to the show, everyone. Today is Thursday, the 21st of November, 2024. I hope you're all doing well. And I hope that you're ready for a chill day, because let me tell you, the last 2 days were not chill. First, we had the premiere of Microsoft Flight Simulator that didn't work at all. Sitting on the game literally the entirety of the podcast trying to connect, and it wouldn't connect. So we couldn't play, and on the fly we had to switch over to Call of Duty, which was laggy half the time and caused me to rage. So that wasn't the very ideal situation, you know what I mean? Pretty frustrating when you have all the hype and build up for a game that's supposed to be chill. Right now I'm playing a lot of stressful games. I would argue Call of Duty, Bloodborne, and Street Fighter 6 are all games that cause big amounts of stress and frustration when you're playing them. I was looking for something in the rotation that would relax us, and then it didn't happen because Flight Sim didn't work. It just caused more stress, frustration, and anger. So, the good news is, in the last 48 hours, the game has been improved, and when I say that, what I really mean is, I think what very happened was, very silly. I think the servers were overloaded. The people in charge over at Asobo, which is the game company that made Flight Sim, did not want to invest the money and resources into it to have a day one launch that was good. That's my guess. Like, they knew probably day one we're going to have twice as many players as ever, but we just don't care. We're not going to invest the money to have everyone have a good day one experience. We're going to wait for people to give up trying to join the server and then just play naturally. I think that's ridiculous, disrespectful, unprofessional, and quite frankly, criminal. When you pay for a game, you should be able to play it, period. You buy any product, you're able to use it right away. You go to a restaurant, you're able to eat. When you play a game or buy a game, you should be able to play it. It's just a contract that you paid for, and it should be fulfilled. But that is modern gaming. Sadly, it's a release now, fix it later attitude, and I think that it's something in gaming that we need to work towards changing, because things are just going to continue to get worse and worse unless we stand up for ourselves, all right? In this case, Flight Sim is a Game Pass game. So I'm able to play it today, and I didn't spend any additional money or whatever. I'm going to be honest, if perhaps this was a game that I bought outright, I might have refunded it. And that's on Microsoft/Asobo for having a piss poor launch that wasn't up to snuff of what gamers should be, delivered when they pay for a game. Sorry, it's just a matter of fact. So anyway, we are going to play it today. And the way it's going to work is, at first, I'm probably just going to try to figure out what's the better thing to do, because apparently this game has multiple modes now. Rather than just the guided tours or the free flight, there's also a new mode where you fly around and take photos. But it's weird because I think what they're expecting you to do is to land the plane and walk around, which is the first time you could ever do that in Flight Sim. But I don't know how to land the plane. So I don't think we're going to be able to. I think it's going to be more just me flying, but maybe some of those photo mode opportunities are at good landmarks where I could just fly over them. Already people have asked me, how are you going to do it? Like, are you going to do it so that top contributor can pick where we go? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe it'll be like current top contributor on the stream picks our first flight location. And then you tell me what it is, or the location, or you tell me the coordinates. We could look up latitude, longitude. I think you could put that into the game. So we'll try to figure it out. All right, but it'll be fun. It's going to be interactive, fun, chill stuff. Basically, it's just me being an air tourist. All right, that's all it's going to be, me being an air tourist, not learning how to actually fly the planes or whatever. So I'm going to need a basic understanding, and for those who've played the game and understand it, I hope that you'll help me today to figure out the basic controls just so I can actually fly the plane and do fun stuff in the game. I'm not here to learn the massive ins and outs of flying. I just want to see the sights, as they say. When we played this several years ago, the reason it worked well is because we did tourism, and people would basically, like, from that region would come on the stream and be like, yeah, so here, let me tell you about, where I live and how it is and what this is and what these buildings are and stuff like that. And it worked out really well, actually. A Year and a Day says, I'm on the Series S. Now I'm stuck on a screen that says customize identity. I have not even played the game yet. I get the feeling it doesn't work on the Series S, does it? For my wife, when she was trying to get it to work 2 days ago, she sat on that screen that we were on 2 days ago on this show, okay, and had to have it sit there for about an hour waiting straight. Then it started to load, and it took about another 10 minutes to load, and then she was able to play. But since then, like yesterday, she played again, and it's fine. So I don't think that the queue is a problem anymore. I think the problem is that the Series S just can't load it. Anyway, that's what I think. So yes, I'm excited for Flight Sim today. Sorry we couldn't do it 2 days ago. Today we're giving it a go, and hopefully it'll be a good time, a nice chill time for everyone. Now, what I like to do before we get to shopping per se, I'd like to talk about yesterday, because yesterday I did not have a first stream for a good reason. It was already pre-planned, and the whole thing almost fell apart. So allow me to tell you about my yesterday, okay? So, on Tuesday night, I was streaming Bloodborne. As you know, I was playing and having a bad time. Like I said, I was basically all stressed out that day because there was no Flight Sim and everything was kind of going wrong. It was a Murphy's Law kind of deal. So as I'm playing Bloodborne, people are reminding me of hidden stuff and interesting stuff in the game. And as I'm playing it, I just keep dying and dying. It's like I get to Parl. And I'm doing well against Parl, except I don't have any healing items. There's no way I can beat Parl, so I leave. So then I go to, I go and I fight Iosefka. And I've almost got her beat, except she's a crazy tank, and I don't have any healing items, so I can't beat Iosefka. All right, fine. I'll go to the Forbidden Woods. I'm in the Forbidden Woods, and literally nothing in the Forbidden Woods is dropping healing items. I'm like, what is going on? I can't get healing items no matter what I do. I just can't seem to get any in the game. Hi, Jasper Kitty. Jasper's here today. We'll see if he'll jump on the chair or whatever, and you guys can see him. Excuse me. So, I'm having a frustrating time. And then as I'm playing, we're nearing the end of the stream, and we do hit the goal, so the streak continues, and I'm a little pleased with that, obviously. And then I said, all right, we're going to say goodnight or whatever. My power goes out. And I can't shut anything down. The only thing that's still running is this light and this sign, because those two things are plugged into my laptop, and my laptop runs on battery, so the laptop's still on, and those two things. everything else went off. And I realized, oh crap, earlier this year, my battery backups died and I never bought new ones. So I have surge protectors. So at least I'm covered there. But obviously, ideally, when you have PCs that are for business, you want to have battery backups. And I started scratching my head. I was like, oh crap. So I basically got to get myself some battery backups like soon. And I'm thinking, oh, the good thing is the Black Friday sales are coming or the Cyber Monday sales. So I'll probably be able to get a couple battery backups like over the course of the next week. One for my gaming PC and consoles like the PS5 Pro over there. And then one for my streaming capture desktop, monitors, etc. And of course, I'm looking to buy a new streaming capture desktop hopefully next week. So therefore, I'll just have to get all those. Okay. So anyway, so everything turns off. I'm like, great. Well, hopefully this didn't like destroy half of my equipment. You know, you never know. And I'm like, what do I do? Well, I can't shut anything down properly. All the power's out. Let me just go grab flashlights. So I'll go around the house grabbing flashlights. Luckily, my wife and I are ready for this. We have a lot. We have 2 handheld flashlights. We have an emergency light / radio. We have a big like lantern-like light. And then we have a bunch of battery-powered candles that already we run every night for just for decoration, home decor, but those turn on automatically at night anyway. So we have a million things we all pull out and we start, so we could see. And we're like, so what are we going to do? And we start thinking, we're like, well, number one, don't open the fridge, right? Leave the fridge closed. The bummer is we have all of the food for our Thanksgiving now, except rolls. I'm going to buy rolls this weekend. But outside of that, we have everything in the freezer. The turkey, the sides, everything. If this thing thaws, we lose our entire Thanksgiving meal and have to start from scratch, which would obviously be frustrating. Also, we're trying to think like, what were we doing? What do we need to do for the end of the night? So we're rushing around in the house in the dark. Basically, this happened around like 9:45 p.m. And we just kind of hung out and talked a little bit after. We're like, well, what are we going to do? Like, well, honestly, what is there to do? Everything we do is on our phones. And so we're trying to use our phones. And of course, it can't connect to the internet, but you can connect to the satellite internet from the phone service. But it's incredibly spotty. Like, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. Like, I was able to get on Twitter or X and YouTube and post and say, hey, guys, so my internet went out. There's no way I can upload tonight. Enjoy the archive stream, and, I'll let you know when I have updates. And that was it. Like, I couldn't post anything else because it kept crapping out on me. So I couldn't actually consistently do anything on the phone. We were like, what are we going to do? Well, I guess we're just going to go to sleep. That's what we did. We went to sleep early, but overnight, Jasper Kitty here wakes up at 6 in the morning for no good reason. We can't even figure out why. There's no noise or anything. We don't know why he's up, but he wants to get up at 6 in the morning. He's pawing the door. We're like, oh no. So we let him out. Probably he had to use the bathroom. Just it's weird because usually he doesn't have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night like that. And then basically, we wake up at 9 in the morning, which is around the time when normally, on a day off, I would get up, and everything's still out. So basically the power's been out around 12 hours now. And we're like, wow, are there any updates? And I'm keep checking because when the power goes out, we get a text from our power company and they say, text status for updates. I kept texting status, no update. It just says, oh, we're working on it. Oh, we're working on it. Literally no update at all. So how am I to know if or when this thing's going to be working or fixed? Like, you don't know anything. It's messed up that they did it like that there's no updates on anything going on. What's up, Jade? How you doing today? Good morning, Jade. And thank you, Frank, for the super chat. I'll shut that out in a bit. So, it's now almost 10 a.m. and we're like, well, we might as well get up and start doing stuff. My wife took a shower and we're like, we don't know how much hot water we're going to have. I don't know how much is in the heater, how many showers. So she took a shower. And just as I'm getting up and trying to get ready for the day, the power goes back on. And I'm like, oh, well, that's good. And it's a good thing, obviously, I wasn't going to stream yesterday because that probably would have thrown everything out of whack. But then I realized something. I was like, wait a minute. There was a reason why I wasn't streaming on the day stream yesterday. The electrician is coming to install the ceiling fan. Now, how would he have done that if there was no power, right? Obviously, he couldn't because he wouldn't have been able to test the fan or nothing. So anyway, I check my phone. which now is down to like 12% charge because I couldn't charge it overnight. And I get a text, hey, the electrician's on the way. I was like, whoa, well, I got to get moving because he's going to be here. So I ran downstairs and I made a coffee and I made my breakfast burrito and I ate it. And I'm not even kidding. The final bite, and then I take my plate and I'm rinsing the plate off, and he arrives. Like, wow, what timing. So scooted the table over. And the good news is we now have ceiling fans both in the office, which I've had for the week, and downstairs in our dining room. The dining room fan is great. It is like way better than this one. This is supposed to be a basic fan for a small room. I don't need crazy features. The one downstairs is wild. So first of all, it has like 5 or 6 different shades of light, each going from like yellowish, you know how they call it like that soft, you know, yellow light, all the way up to like the brightest bright LED white daylight. So depending on what you're doing and what color light you want, you could change it around. Then it has a full dimmer, so you can have it go insanely bright all the way down to like very low, kind of like background light. As for the fan, so it has 6 different speeds. I've never even seen a fan, like a ceiling fan with 6 speeds before. Even back in the day when my parents had good ones, they didn't have that many. And then it has a special mode that when you press it, basically the fan will simulate a breeze outside. So it'll slow down, then all of a sudden speed up to give you a boost of cool air, and then slow down again, and then speed up again by itself. It's almost like it just decides whenever it wants to do it. And it's interesting. They call it like a cooling mode or something. So also, the good thing about it, it reverses. It's a reversible fan that you could have it go the other direction. So you can either have it blasting air down or up, depending on your needs and depending on the time of the year. So happy we had the fan. In reality, it's gotten a lot colder in the last 2 weeks. You know, we originally bought these fans about a month ago, finally had the electrician coming out last week, and now that it's actually being installed, we don't really need it. Like, there's no reason to use the fan, but my wife was saying, oh, well, don't worry, we'll use it on Thanksgiving. You know, she'll be cooking all day, different sides and things, and she'll be able to then, you know, circulate the air and everything then. So that was pretty cool. Super Bonchon says all ceiling fans should be able to reverse direction. I don't think this one does. No. This one just goes in one direction, 3 speeds, and has an adjustable light. That's it. There's no other direction for this ceiling fan that I have in the office right now. Yeah. So we got that done, and then after that, I was like, well, I got extra time because the guy actually had come on the earlier side. What should I do? So we're in the process of doing many different like home renovations and or improvements here. As you know, now we can do them because we can actually afford to do this stuff. For the example, recently we got a new shower head for the shower. We got a whole new shower curtain liner and shower bar. So basically our bathroom kind of is a new bathroom. We actually have a shelving that we bought, but I haven't had time to install it yet, that we're going to install on the bathroom wall. One of the things we want to do is completely clean out our garage so that now there's no clutter in there, we can use it for other things. Like, for example, I have a treadmill. The treadmill was always in that room over there, but I want to put it in the garage. And that way we can use that room for something else. Right now, the room is completely cluttered with just random odds and ends and nothing of any use. We want to start using it again. So we're trying to clean out, like, well, let's clean out the garage. So I actually made a big dump run yesterday, the garbage dump, where I put remember the blinds that I used to have here in the office and the other rooms? I told you I took them all down. And now we have these blackout curtains. So I had all those blinds. I had to shove them into the back seat. They wouldn't fit even horizontal wise. I had to put them at a weird angle to fit them back there. I also did, what did I do? Geez, I put a lot. I'm trying to remember all the crap that I put in there. 2 broken oscillating fans that we had for over the years in there. They both busted. So toss those in there. So much stuff. Bags of trash, you know, all kinds of stuff. So loaded it up, and I go and I'm driving to the dump, and the weirdest thing happens. So basically, it looks like power's been restored everywhere. Everything's on. The businesses are open. But then all of a sudden, at an incredibly busy 4-way stop, one of the traffic lights are out. And I'm like, so I wonder if this traffic light just got damaged. Like this storm that knocked everyone's power out. I wonder if it just blew this light out or whatever, right? Because the weird part is it's only that light. Everything else around it has power. There's literally a sign, an electric sign for a business right there on the sidewalk, has power, but not this traffic light next to it. So it makes me feel like something weird's going on. So it's dangerous because, of course, idiots don't know how to drive. And you try to do a four-way stop, you would think, oh, this is easy. You just go in order that you arrive. But these people, they don't follow the rules. They try to jump ahead, and it's like, ugh. But it was all right. I got past it. And then, as I'm arriving at the garbage dump, the other four-way light is out. And I'm like, now what is going on with these lights? How could so many lights, just one light at a time, be out? You would think a whole block would be out or an area would be out because the power's still down. Are these lights all crappy? Like, do they just blow out when the power goes out and now someone has to come repair it? But the weirdest thing is, there's literally no one there. No cops, no workers, no one directing traffic. It's as if the government out here doesn't care. Like, oh, lights out? Oh, well, tough shit. It's a busy four-way intersection. It's the middle of a work day. Everyone's driving. Could someone come and help? Guess not. But down the street from one of the busted lights, an entire road work crew was installing new street lights, which apparently had probably been scheduled for that day regardless. But I'm like, don't you think that perhaps you kind of had an emergency where so many people lost their power and you have very busy four-way intersections with lights that aren't working? Perhaps there should be a system by which you could, like, reprioritize the work being done. Like, I would think that actually getting the busy four-way intersections working would be more of a priority to prevent human harm and traffic than putting up new streetlights. Just saying, can you redirect to have people actually work on what needs to be done? I guess not. So anyway, I did get the dump run done. It was frustrating. And then I came home and I had a private react to do. So I did that, and then it was time for dinner, and then, as you know, last night I played Street Fighter 6, and the rest is history. So that was my weird day of having no power, frustration, because I couldn't play, Flight Sim. It was just a weird time. I'm happy that today we're getting back into normalcy. Today, everything's going to get back to normal. We're going to have chill streaming. We're going to have fun today. We're going to have a politics show tonight, which I'm very excited for. It's good stuff coming up. I'll talk about it in a second, but I do want to do a couple shout outs now. So we start off with Frank, who had done a first super chat and says, world's first today. Let's go. I don't know what you mean, Frank. What do you mean by world's first? I don't know, but thank you for the super chat regardless. And then I received a €2 super chat from Game Ticker, and technically the euro would have been more than the $1.99 super chat from Frank. So I'm going to put Game Ticker up on the leaderboard. And Game Ticker says, did you ever learn a real life skill from a video game? You meant to say world's first. First contribution of the day. Thank you, Frank. Okay, gotcha. All right. So have I ever learned anything about real life skills from a video game? I don't know. Like, what would you do realistically in a video game that you would apply to real life besides maybe, like, I don't know, like a virtual card game or something? But I knew how to play poker. I knew how to play blackjack. I knew how to play all that stuff before I ever did it in a video game. So I don't know. I'm really not sure if I ever did something in a game first and then applied it to real life, as opposed to simulating things from real life in a game, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't recall. I can't say no. It's possible, but nothing's popping into my head. Yeah, Jason says, yeah, I learned lock picking from video games. Exactly. You're not going to learn an application like that from a video game. If anything, there definitely are certain games where you could maybe pick up some skills. Like, for example, if you actually bought a real driving sim, we're not talking arcade racer, but like a game that's a driving sim, and you actually were driving in certain cars, perhaps you could learn a little bit about how that car would handle, you know what I mean? Because it's supposed to be a sim of the real experience of doing it, especially because you can put yourself into the first person in the car driving. But, I mean, I learned how to drive ever before I played a driving video game that was that realistic. So I don't know. Sarah says, I learned a lot about Dating Simulator. That's incredibly disturbing, actually, to hear. I don't want to hear that. And Darziak says, you learned how to do a real-life Blanca ball. Well, that is true. And every once in a while, you know, when I'm walking down the street and I see someone who just, you know, they give me like the evil eye, I just grab them, spin them upside down, and do a flying spinning pile driver in the middle of the, you know, the concrete. Outside of those, I can't think of anything. Okay. So all that being said, that's what's been going on with me. Hope that sounds good. Thanks for the super chats, Frank and Game Taker. First contributions of the day. So shall we? That's right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring everyone's attention to the streak, which continues at 75. I'll be honest. I thought the streak would end this week. I thought either the Veil Guard on Monday or last night's Street Fighter stream were gonna be the end of it. I really, really believed it. Yet we persist and carry on. So thank you to everyone who attends the streams, watches the content, and supports said content. I really appreciate that. Every once in a while, I feel like I should bring it up. Do you remember that you can do a super thanks on a video if you watch it on demand? Yeah. If you're a watcher on YouTube and you only watch on demand and you cannot attend the live streams, you can do a super thanks on a monetized video that shows up as a comment on the video, and I will give you a personal thank you on that comment. Or you could also always tip. Tipping is like 24/7, always going. And my tips link can be found all over my YouTube channel here in the related links. You could use the tips command on the YouTube chat. It's just !tip. You can check the description of the stream either on YouTube or Kick. Or if you're on Kick, you can check the About panel on Kick. That has the link. So please consider contributing. Everything counts towards today's goal and keeping the streak alive. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, subs, gifted subs, and tips, right? Pretty awesome. Thank you all for all this and continuing the streak. I appreciate it very, very much. And, excuse me, today we are going to look at smash burgers. We have two options because I looked into it, and sadly, there are actually only two different places to get smash burgers. Okay? I wish there were more, but there's not. There's only two places. And we'll look at them together today and decide which one I want to do tomorrow. Because if we hit the streak on this stream, tonight's DS Politics stream, and tomorrow's daytime stream, we're ordering smash burgers for DSP Tries It for the first time ever. That'll be very exciting. Try out. So, shout out to Huge Vape Cloud over on Kick, who just gifted a sub. Thank you, Huge Vape Cloud. You're the first contributor over on Kick today. Let's get you on the leaderboard. Thanks for the gifted sub. That counts as a $5 contribution, so thank you so very much there. Oops. Awesome. Okay. Cool. All right. So, and by the way, it was Bin Packer who got it. Congrats, Bin Packer, on getting an extended sub over on Kick. Because what's happened is a lot of those gifted subs from the first month are expiring now because the month has been up. I've now been streaming on Kick for over a month. So now people getting the renewals, right? And earning those silver crowns. So let's keep the streak alive. In a few moments, we'll look at smash burgers together. Okay? Frank just did a second super chat. Says Stalker 2 when? Well, since you're jumping ahead, Frank, shall we do the schedule? Shall we review the schedule so that everyone knows what's going on since Frank is asking? All right. So, here's the deal for the schedule for the week. Today, it's the premiere of Microsoft Flight Simulator, which should have been on Tuesday, but what can you do? It didn't work. Now it works, and we're going to play it today on stream. And like I said, perhaps what we will do when we begin with the game is top contributor actually picks the first place we fly, and then we go there, and then the next top contributor, etc. Maybe that's what we do. The top contributors get to choose where we're flying in Flight Sim. Okay? All right. So, that's today. And then tonight on the late stream, it is time for DS Politics to continue. Now, hold on a second, because this is the old intro. But for tonight, for episode 2, I actually have a new intro for all of you, and I hope that you'll like it. I think it's going to be great, and you guys will enjoy it. Yeah, so that's tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time, exclusively on Kick. That's kick.com/DSPGaming Reel. It is not on YouTube at all. My political content, I'm streaming only on Kick to bring an audience over there. All right. So, what topics will be discussed tonight? I've got 4 big ones and a few fast ones. For example, the big ones we'll be covering RFK Jr., who very soon will be kind of the person in charge of the health of the country, talking about Fruit Loops and how the media covered the story. We'll also be talking about the Ukraine war heating up with missiles being deployed and money being forgiven. Oh boy. We're also going to talk about Trump derangement syndrome and how since Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election, we've had people going absolutely crazy about it, literally. And then lastly, we're going to talk a little bit about my local situation. As you know, I live in a suburb of Seattle, Washington. And I tell you guys all the time about crime and stuff out here, but a lot of people don't really get it. So tonight we're going to cover it because I'm going to talk about several different news stories about how literally in 1 week, the craziness that has happened here in my area where I live, your jaw will drop when you hear some of these stories. Okay? And then to end the show, we're going to have a few like turbo stories, just a few mini ones. So there's a lot of content to cover and a lot of ground to cover on DS Politics tonight. Again, 7 p.m. Pacific time, exclusively on Kick. I hope you guys will join me for it. It's going to be a good time. All right? Okay. So that's tonight. Tomorrow, we're going to do a level 1 podcast. When we hit the goal, we're going to order our smash burgers for delivery to do DSP Tries It. And it's going to be the premiere of Stalker 2. Yes, I'm going to give Stalker 2 a chance. Yes, I've heard it's one of the most buggy games ever. In fact, people are comparing it directly to the launch of Cyberpunk 2077. I would say, you know, the difference between Cyberpunk and Stalker 2 is that Cyberpunk was a ginormous title, overhyped for years and years, AAA studio with an insane budget, great track record of games like Witcher 3, and then they put out that just mess, right? Stalker 2 is made by a game studio in the Ukraine that literally went to war during game development. So can you really blame them for the game having a ton of issues? Well, maybe no, but if that's the case, maybe they shouldn't have released it yet. You know what I mean? If it's really that bad, I guess we're going to judge for ourselves when I play, but we're going to see firsthand tomorrow what Stalker 2 is all about, okay? So, let's see. A lot of people in chat like it. Tajilla says, I've been watching my favorite streamers play it, and they're not having any issues besides floating guns. Andrea says, I've been playing Stalker 2 all day. It's the best game of the year, in my opinion. Supreme atmosphere, great graphics, and fun gameplay. Oh, okay. But he says bugs, yes, as well. All right, you know what? I'm the kind of guy, I'm not going to judge a game until I play it. You know, let's do it. Let's play it tomorrow. Let's see what it is. And hey, if it's good, we'll keep playing it. Keep it in the rotation. We'll find out. Okay? Excellent. All right, so that's what's on the agenda for the week. I'm off on Saturday. And then next week, here's the deal. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I will be here full double streams. So 6 straight streams of gameplay. Boom, boom, boom. Thursday is American Thanksgiving. On American Thanksgiving, I will do 1 stream, a special podcast that day where I will show you all the things that I'm so thankful for, how amazing this year has been for me and my family, thanks to all of you. Okay? So that's going to be fun. And then it's going to be a day stream of probably some kind of gameplay. Just don't know what yet. No night stream on Thanksgiving because that's the night that my wife and I have a special American Thanksgiving meal and spend some time together. I'm also going to set up because on Black Friday, which is 1 week from tomorrow, my Christmas festivities begin. I will have a fully Christmas-themed background, new animations on the frame for Christmas, and the whole, over-month celebration of Christmas starts on Black Friday. Now, we're not sure about this yet, and in fact, I'm waiting to kind of hear back from my wife today, possibly, about what's going on with this, but as of now, and I know this is crazy, it looks like Kat does not have to work on Black Friday. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. I thought for sure that because she works retail at a busy store, that she was going to have to work Black Friday. But as of now, she's not on the schedule. All right? Now, that doesn't mean that ain't going to change because retail schedules literally change on the fly at a whim at all times. And she might. Because here's the deal. If she has to work Black Friday, I'm going to drive her to work, drop her off, and then I'm going to go pick her up. I'm not going to make her drive and find a parking spot and deal with all of that complete chaos on Black Friday. It is the biggest shopping day of the year physically, meaning brick and mortar, and it's a nightmare. You know, there's been years when she was working and we're driving in a parking lot and you got people who are driving right into each other. We witnessed a car accident right in front of us one year in a mall parking lot. Like, so it's pretty crazy. We will see what happens. But if she doesn't work, she doesn't work. And I'll have a full day of streaming. If she has to work, then the day will be interrupted by me taking her to work and picking her up and dropping her off. It depends. We don't know yet. Okay. So anyway, what we're going to do that day, I think we'll do two things. I think on the day stream, we will play Black Ops 6. Get it? Black Friday, Black Ops. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it Black Friday, Black Ops. And it's up to you if you want to see standard multiplayer and if you want to be core or hardcore. And it's up to you if you want to see Warzone. Like, I'm down for whatever that day. Anything in Black Ops would be fine to me. So that'll be the day stream. And then the night stream will be DS Politics, because normally it would have been on a Thursday, but I'm not going to be here on that Thursday night because of Thanksgiving. So instead, we'll do DS Politics on Friday night, and that will be the final stream of that week. So I'll be here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 straight days. And then Thursday is a half day for Thanksgiving, and Friday I'm here all day again. So it's going to be a crazy packed, busy week. Of course, what games can you expect? You can expect more Dragon Age the Veilguard, more Bloodborne, more Microsoft Flight Simulator, more fighting games, notably Street Fighter 6 with other characters. And if Stalker 2 is good, you can expect that as well. It's going to be a very good mix of content next week in all of my streams, okay? We're going to make great progress in games. It's going to be a good time. Excellent. So there is your schedule, my friends. Black Friday Ops instead of how about Black Ops Friday? Black Friday, Black Ops, Black Friday Ops. How about Black Ops Friday? I guess either one works. There you go. So that's what we're doing this year. No special marathon. Last couple of years, I did special marathons on Black Friday where we did like reacting to advertisements. I feel like that's played out. We did it 2 years in a row, and last year it wasn't that hype. So I think this year we'll just have a nice normal day of double streaming. Okay? Cool. And then we'll be back to having a marathon in Christmas. You know, I always do an annual Christmas event. The Christmas event is hype. The Christmas event, I dress up in all kinds of holiday-themed sweaters and t-shirts, and I change over the course of the day to wear different ones. I'm drinking all kinds of different liquor over the course of my Christmas marathon. You know, sometimes holiday cordials, flavored stuff, sometimes mixed drinks, sometimes hard liquor, sometimes beer. I always do something different, and I vary. I also do a very special Christmas treat test where it'll be something that's like a regional treat. Maybe it's candy or some kind of confection, and I try it as like a DSP tries it on the day it's Christmas themed. And then the games, you guys usually nominate and vote games for me to play during that event as well. So it'll be good. And I will tell you this year for the Christmas event, because this has been such an awesome year, this year, there will be something special during the Christmas event. There will actually be something that I've never done before during a Christmas marathon this year. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm not going to spoil it. I know that's teasing, it's hype. That's the point. I'm not going to spoil the event. Just going to tell you something special will happen during the Christmas event this year. Okay? There you go. Very nice. All right. So that's the schedule. This next week should be pretty good. Okay? All right. So now we have 2 segments to get to. Our first segment today, folks, tomorrow, as long as we stay on pace, we're going to be trying out smash burgers for the very first time. I've never had one. And it's funny because someone had said, oh, Five Guys is a smash burger. I don't know who told you that. It's not. I looked into it. Five Guys are not considered smash burgers at all. When they're on the grill, I believe that they're cooking, they do press it down, but it's not the smash burger technique. The smash burger technique is specific where they're actually crushing the meat and stuff together into the burger. And so Five Guys is not a smash burger by the formal criteria at all. Okay? So, first of all, in order for us to do the Smash Burger DSP Tries It challenge, we actually have to hit the goals. So what I would say is, guys, please support the stream today. Right now we're at $7. Let's get more support going, because what I'd like to do is show you the 2 places that do Smash Burgers in my area. Are you ready? So the first place that does a Smash Burger is a place that just started doing it. This is a fast food place that's been out on the West Coast for a very long time, and for the first time, they just started doing the Smash Burger style. It's called Jack in the Box. And they have a couple different variations, but basically they're all the same, just with different toppings. You've got their sourdough smashed Jack and the bacon double sourdough smashed Jack. So, what is it? 1/4 pound smashed beef patty made with 100% seasoned beef, melty American cheese, pickles, grilled onions, and a boss sauce on Jack's famous sourdough, your newest fave. $10 for that burger. 10 buckaroos. That's not even the combo. All right. Now, they also have the bacon double sourdough smashed Jack. 2/4 pound smashed patties made with 100% seasoned beef, hickory smoked bacon, American cheese, pickles, grilled onions, and the boss sauce on toasted sourdough. All right. So, this is brand new. They have not been doing this. So the question is, if it's a place that just started making smash burgers, right? How good could it possibly be? Will it be great, or will it just kind of suck because it's kind of like a fake imitation, they're just learning how to do it. But basically there's pros and cons. The cons are, this is a chain that normally doesn't do smash burgers, and we don't know if they're going to do a good job. That's the cons, right? The pros is that this is less than 10 minutes away from me. So if I were to order the smash burger from Jack in the Box, it will come quickly and basically be fresh. Likely still very warm. The other option in my area is called Shake Shack. Okay? Now, Shake Shack is always known for doing smash burgers. That is all they do. They don't do regular hamburgers or cheeseburgers. They do the smash burger special. Now, as you can see, they have an interesting menu. Black truffle burger, a shroom burger, shroom stacker, smoke stacker, which has bacon. This is their standard Shack burger. They even have a veggie burger, which is kind of cool. So I guess whatever this is, a portobello, crisp fried portobello mushroom. So yeah, pretty crazy. That they do that on a burger. Have you ever seen a portobello mushroom breaded and fried and treated like a burger? Right? So anyway, these are the 2 that are the most prominent. Because what's funny is people in the chat are saying, oh, well, there's another one. I looked into it. The other ones that do smash burgers apparently don't deliver, because I'm looking in the app right now. Like, someone says, there's a place actually called Smash. They're not here. Oh, this is why. Yep, you can't get delivery. You can only order and then pick it up. Yep. It's almost 10 miles away, and they do not allow you to get delivery. You have to pick it up. Yep. There's no delivery. Delivery unavailable. Yep, that's why. So that's lame, right? You can't, so that's why. So really, these are the only 2 options. Now, in the case of Shake Shack, all right, they're known for their smash burgers, okay? Now, 100% Angus burger, topped with Gruyere cheese. I'll be honest, I don't know what Gruyere cheese is like. I don't think I've ever had it. And a black truffle sauce. I'll be honest, I don't know what black truffle sauce is like. I never had truffles before. Made with real black truffle oil and our crispy sweet onion on a toasted potato bun. The potato bun sounds good. It contains milk, egg, wheat, soy, and sesame. All right. So that sounds kind of interesting, right? I find this interesting, having the big portobello mushroom on there. I I wonder what that would be like. A portobello mushroom breaded on the burger. Because you wonder, should I just get like a regular shack burger, a smoke shack, or one of these new black truffle ones, right? So anyway, here's the deal. Here's the pros and cons of getting from Shake Shack. Okay, here's the pros. They are smash burger specialists. This is all they do. They don't also have been doing other burgers for ages and now just added to the menu. This is their specialty. So likely this would be a better quality of smash burger, okay? However, there's two major cons if I order from Shake Shack. Number one, this is 30 minutes away, not 10. So if I order from here, it's going to take longer to come and likely it's going to be cold. I can confirm. I have ordered from places around this location before, and when the food arrived here, it was cold. One of them was Five Guys. I actually ordered Five Guys for either a DSP Tries It or a Feasting with Phil ages ago, and I love Five Guys, and when it showed up, it was terrible. It was just so cold, it was not good. Okay? So, that's number one. And then there's a number two as well. Are you ready? It's at a mall. This is not a full-on Shake Shack location that's a building, restaurant dedicated to doing it. It's just a stall in the food court of the mall. So can you imagine these people, probably a bunch of teenagers, you know what I'm saying, trying to make this food? I'm not convinced it's going to be very good. All right? So it's like the dedicated place that all they do is smash burgers, but it's far away and it's a mall, or a place that literally just started doing smash burgers, so you don't know if they're going to be any good or not, but it's 10 minutes away. It's like, what do I do? Now, make no mistake. Ordering delivery is expensive. For example, can I give you an example here? I'm going to tell you right now. This bacon double sourdough smashed jack. Oh wait, can I? No, it's still breakfast, so I can't see their lunch menu. Or can I? Yeah, their menu is all screwed up. It's like all breakfast now. I'm trying to see like... Okay, I finally got to their burger menu. Here we go. Okay, so... we're on their website. Their website says this is $11.99, correct? For this double. The actual cost to order it and get it delivered is $14.99. $14.99. So it's a $3 increase, okay? So no matter what I order from these places, it's going to end up being way more expensive. On top of that, I got to pay tax. On top of that, I got to pay delivery fee. And then on top of that, I got to tip the driver. So no exaggeration, no matter where I order from, whether it's Jack in the Box or Shake Shack, okay? It's going to be like a $50 order. Now, I have a proposition for everyone. All right? I have a proposition for everyone. I would be willing to order from both places. Okay? Both. But if I'm going to order from both places, then obviously I need your buy-in and support. All right? So I'll make you a deal. I will wheel and deal. All right? As they say. If we hit all the goals through tomorrow, and we also raise over the course of the 3 streams an additional $50. So let's say today we raise 150 on this stream, but we raise 200 on the late stream tonight, and then we raise 150 on tomorrow's day stream. As long as we raise the extra $50 throughout the 3 streams, I will order from both, and I will do a head-to-head Jack in the Box versus Smash Burger taste test on DSP Tries It. Excuse me. Jack in the Box versus Shake Shack Smash Burger taste test on DSP Tries It. Okay? A double order. I have never done that before in history. Ordering from two places at once. Think about this. The drivers might actually meet outside my house and have to fight in Mortal Kombat to decide who delivers first. That would be interesting. I might have to record that. The two drivers punching each other out in the street to bring the bag to the door first. Right? All right. So again, to reiterate the deal, so you understand how this works. If I raise the goal on the next 3 streams, which is this stream, tonight's politics stream, and tomorrow's Stalker 2 stream, and I also raise an additional $50 between the 3 streams to cover the extra order, I will order both. And then we will do a head-to-head taste test. Jack in the Box smashed sourdough burger versus Shake Shack smash burger. We have to decide which one because they have multiple ones. We have to pick which one we want to get. Do we want the black truffle? Do we just want the standard, right? Maybe the standard is a little bit more fair. I don't know. But we'll do it. All right? So the only bummer is, you know what I actually wanted to do too? I wanted to get 2 shakes. I wanted to compare because Jack in the Box has a holiday shake and Shake Shack has a holiday shake. But you know that shake from Shake Shack is not going to get here intact. It's over a half an hour away. It's going to be melted to hell by the time it shows up. So that's probably not worth it, right? Like, sadly, I would love to do that, but that ain't going to work because it's too far away. But I think this would be amazing, all right? So please support the streams today. Hell, if someone wants to go crazy right now and be like, hey, Phil, here's $200. That'll cover this stream and the extra 50. And now all you have to do is cover tonight and tomorrow. Then go for it. Do it. Drop the $200 right now. Just got the big bomb, $200. Or you could do, how many would that be? I'm trying to remember how many that would be. Not 50. 30, 35. I'm trying to think how many member or subs that would be over on Kick. Right? It would be less than 50. Less than 50 subs over on Kick. If you dropped the 50 subs on Kick, I mean, that would just cover it. You know what I'm saying? Or perhaps someone wants to do a giant super chat to cover it, right? There you go. So let's do it. Let's hit the goal of this stream, and then let's exceed it by the 50, and let's do a big double order for tomorrow. I would like nothing more than to do an actual 2 business head-to-head smash burger taste test live here on DSP Tries It. I would actually very much enjoy that. So let's make it happen. All right? Let's make it happen. So it would be 40 subs. If someone wants to drop 40 subs over on Kick right now, that would cover this stream. That would cover the extra. We just need to hit the next 2, right? There you go. Big Papa Phil says DSP's Fast Food Wars series begins. That would be cool. The Smash Burger War. Smash Burger War. Can Shake Shack, the dedicated place, do it better than Jack in the Box, the place that literally just started doing it? Who will be the better Smash Burger? We won't know till tomorrow, but we got to get the support going. Bono's Tecmo says, is Sonic near you? They have Smash Burgers. Yes, but we ordered Sonic before, and it showed up ice cold and completely wrong. So sadly, I think that the Sonic that delivers here is terrible. You're right. The double Sonic Smasher. They have it. Double Sonic Smasher. 2 Angus beef, seasoned patties, smashed and seared, crispy on the edges, juicy in the middle. Layered with 2 slices of melty American cheese, a creamy, tangy smasher sauce. Crinkle cut pickles, diced onions served on a pillowy soft potato bun. Yeah. It just sucks because when I ordered it was terrible. It really was. It was legit bad when I ordered. And the thing is, I think the head-to-head taste test would be better if you get it from the place that's dedicated versus the place that just started doing it. Sonic also just started doing it. So it makes more sense to do the head-to-head of one versus... If I just did... Imagine if I did Sonic versus Jack in the Box. I could do that, but they both just started doing it. Right? Maybe I should do that. Do you think I should do that? Sonic versus Jack in the Box instead? We could do that too. We could definitely do that too. But I don't want to do 3. If we do 3, then I'd have to request an additional $100. Then we'd have to up the ante again. We have to have 100. Because again, each order is going to end up being like $50. You know? So I would have to say we have to raise an additional $100 in addition to the regular goal. That one. All right, you see? So there you go. We have a triple taste test. Sonic versus Jack in the Box versus Smash Burger. Excuse me, I got it wrong again. Sonic versus Jack in the Box versus Shake Shack. Triple Smash Burger Challenge. Triple. Oh boy. So who's going to do it? Who's going to drop a giant super chat? Who's going to deliver a large tip? And who is going to gift a bunch of subs to make this happen? Never before have I ever offered such an insane incentive opportunity. We have not 1, not 2, but 3 burgers compared together on this show. That's insane, right? It's absolutely wild and nuts. Your account is in the negative, King Cobra JFS Real. Well, then go get a job, work, earn money, and then contribute. And then I can do this. That's how it works. You understand? All right. My stream's no place to talk about your negative account. Embarrassing. Keep that information to yourself and go earn some money. Anyway. All right. Let's wow, what a segment. What a segment. That totally went a different direction than I expected. I thought we were just gonna pick 1, but now I'm making offers to do 3. For the record, if we just hit the 3 goals, we're gonna order from 1. We just gotta decide which, okay? If we do make additional money, I will do 2 or 3, but we have to hit it. I'm not gonna do it, you know. I just raised $40,000. I'm just kidding. My first tip of the day just came in. It's a $7.77 tip from Irish Anon, who says, best of luck with this goal. Thank you to Irish Anon. I appreciate that. That's our first tip of the day. Get the animation going. It's probably going to be laggy because it definitely looks like I haven't reloaded this in like a day, and now it's like barely working. See if this worked. It did work. Okay, cool. Thank you to Irish Anon for the first tip of the day. Keep in mind, guys, there's incentives for this very stream. Whoever is the biggest contributor when we start Flight Sim gets to choose our first flight where we're going. Right now, the biggest contributor is Irish Anon with a $7.77 tip. Who's going to be the biggest contributor? Who's going to gift some subs or memberships? Who's going to do a big super chat and pick our first flight location? Right? Why are we not playing Supervive today? Because no one knows what the hell that is or what you're talking about. What the hell is Supervive? Never even heard of it. Can I fly over Hawaii? Yeah, if the top contributor requests it, we very much can fly over Hawaii. What's up, Game Boy? How are you today? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so now we have one more segment for the show. Jesse says, I wonder if they have a new Universal Park that is being built. You know, I guess the question is, how old is the satellite data? I don't know. It's a good question. If you remember, when we did Flight Sim, the last one, when we went over it, it had outdated satellite data at a park of what was the old park layout. And people were confirmed that had changed and the park had been updated and it didn't look like that anymore. So I wonder. That's a good question. Jade says, can we go to Minnesota? Perhaps we can go to Minnesota at some point. Yeah. I wonder what there is to look at in Minnesota. Hopefully some good stuff. I think you'd mentioned a couple of zoos and stuff. Darth Fig just did a $5 super chat. Meant to bring this up on the last stream. I'm disappointed Another Crab's Treasure didn't get nominated for anything. Yeah, Darth Fig, those the game journalists who vote and nominate for the Game Awards, they don't actually play video games. They're handed video games to review. And the truth is that probably almost none of them even knew that Another Crab's Treasure existed because they're journalists. They're not gamers. If they were gamers, they probably would have known about it and played it. But they're journalists. And that's why their opinion doesn't matter. You see? But that's what we use to actually judge the Game Awards, which is why that they don't matter. Bonos Tamo says, you are very good at what you do. I salute you. I salute you back, Bo. Thank you for the compliment. Oh, that's right, Jade, the Mall of America. Absolutely. I totally forgot about the Mall of America. It's the biggest mall. Felix DeMaid said, I missed a resub. I'm sorry, Felix. Thank you. He says, listen, forget tipping the drivers. You have to tip the drivers. When you're doing delivery, when you're ordering delivery, you have to tip the drivers. If you don't tip, number one, think of it this way. You can order and not tip, but good luck getting a driver to pick up your order. Because remember, it's optional. There's no requirement that a driver get your order. So if you're ordering and you're not putting a tip on there, what's to make that driver have incentive to pick up your order, right? They do make a very small base fee from each delivery that they do, but it's not a full hourly pay. Only very few states do that. There's a couple of states that pass laws where they do have to get paid hourly, but most do not. Okay. Game Boy says, I know it's a little early. Would you consider doing a series of like your best moments of the year? Stuff like interviews, best game moments, casino appearances, etc. Perhaps, if people have ideas for that, like for example, maybe what we should do over the course of December is have a thread where people can submit their favorite stuff that I did this year. And then I could take those moments and maybe we can review them together in like a special event at the end of the year. Maybe like the last week or first week of the next year. And we could say, the year in review 2024, all the great things, that happened, right? Good idea. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will. Okay. No, I don't have a PlayStation Portal, Illit. Would I make a Hall of Fame if someone tips enough to hit those tiers to order the burgers? What? No, I don't have a contributions Hall of Fame. There are some places that track it, like on Kick It, auto tracks gifted subs. So you can see who the biggest contributors are there, but no, I don't formally track contributions. Would I ever set a goal to do a Cooking with the King? No. I've already explained. Allow me to just reiterate. And again, this is not anything negative towards anyone. I'm not taking this the wrong way. I have a large group of insane stalkers called detractors, okay? This is not every person who criticizes me or makes fun of me, but this is a group of people who are actually so obsessed with me and my family that they wish us physical harm and want everything to go wrong for me in my life, okay? Every opportunity that they get to try to do something to mess with me or hurt me, they do it, even if it doesn't make logical sense. They've done completely nonsensical things in attempts to, like, annoy me that don't, but they do them anyway because they're absolutely insane. All right. Something as innocuous as, oh, Phil's just filming in his kitchen could literally result in my power getting turned off. I know because it already almost happened. I've told this story many times. Years ago, I was doing a vlog in my kitchen. It just so happened that by dumb bad luck, I accidentally left an envelope on my kitchen countertop. In the corner of that envelope, in very blurry text, was the name of my power company. A detractor used some kind of either photo editing software or AI to actually autofocus on the envelope to figure out what power company that I use. They then contacted the power company and catfished them, or I guess you could say socially engineered them, with enough general information about me to fool them into thinking that they were me. They then convinced them that I wanted to actually completely shut down my power in my home permanently. And they set it up that that would happen. Luckily for me, I actually have a system set up that when any of these people mess with me, I get notified. So I actually got an email from the power company stating, hey, thanks for arranging for your power to be shut off next week. And I said, what? And I immediately called them and they explained the situation. And I said, well, what we got to do now, we got to put a special password in place that only I know the password. So God forbid someone call you and try to do something crazy like this. You can say, well, what's the password? And when they don't have it, you know that it's a liar and you can hang up on them. And I now have that in place. So, and I mean, that was just one example of the many, many things that these idiots have tried to do. No exaggeration right now, if I were to walk through my home with a camera and do a tour within moments, I'm not even talking within a day or two, within moments of me releasing the footage, these people would have entire series of videos covering what's in the house, the value of each thing, information about each thing. Like, it would be insane. Trust me. All right. So the rule of thumb, and I've learned this over the years with my detractors, is you don't feed the trolls and give them the opportunity to mess with you. This is why I don't do fan lobbies in games like Call of Duty and the like. Because if you do an open fan lobby, you get trolls, and the trolls ruin it for everyone because that's what they want to do. And then the trolls make content off of that, and then they profit. You see, you don't give them the opportunity to mess with you. Ladies and gentlemen, if I made a couple Cooking with the King videos, they'd probably do okay, and everyone would watch and make fun of them, correct? Okay, they'd probably make me a few dollars. And it would probably cause me more stress, pain, and harm than I could possibly imagine, because they would find some way to do that, to do something with the information. You understand? I just know they would, because they've done it before. So please understand, it's not that I don't want to. It's not that I haven't. It's that I've learned from experience, and now I don't. And since I've stopped feeding the trolls and giving them personal information about me and my house and my family and all this stuff, the harassment has dropped dramatically. They still try, but they fail because they don't have the means to actually affect my life. Get it? So that's why I can't go down there and cook in the kitchen and show you stuff, because those idiots would absolutely find shit. Okay? You know, the entire meth lab that I have in my kitchen, if that were to be revealed, be big problems. Can't have that. Okay. Let's see here. Habib Gaming did a £6 super chat and says, it's snowing here in the UK. Is it? Well, happy holidays to you, I guess. A little early. I usually start saying happy holidays around Thanksgiving. But, man. Seems a bit early, but I guess it's never too early. I hope that you guys are all right and prepared for it, right? You guys are used to snow over there, right? Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. We're now up to $25 in contributions because we were at 19, right? Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Sorry, I got an email. I received a generous tip this morning. It is a $25 contribution from an anonymous tipper who says, can you fly to Niagara Falls on your first flight? Perhaps. Yeah, let's see. So let's get you on the leaderboard. Anonymous tipper has requested Niagara Falls, and that indeed is the top contribution of the day. So as long as this remains the top contribution, this is what we're doing first, Niagara Falls. Now, if someone else beats that, all right, then we'll go there first, and then we'll do whoever the second highest contribution is, and so on and so forth. So, thank you to the anonymous $25 tipper. We are now 1/3 of the way to the goal for the stream. Thank you all so very much for this early support. I appreciate it very much. And I'll also remember that the Irishman there was the second most, and they will also be able to pick a place to fly unless someone beats them. because they were the second highest contributor so far this morning, right? Good morning, Tate. How you doing? Jade says, I would like to see Jasper, please. Jasper Kitty, want to come up here? Would you like to come up here? What are you looking at? What's over there? Well, a lot of noise today. A lot of noise. My neighbors are having like plumbing work done, so you can hear like hammering in the wall. And I think we got people doing all kinds of stuff here today. I think we have like an what do you call them? Like a pest person. You know, like they get rid of bugs and vermin and stuff. I think they're going around making noise, spraying and stuff. So he hears all these things. Okay. Well, if Jasper wants to come over here, I'll let him climb up. Come on up, Jasper. Come on up. Everyone wants to see you this morning. Come up and say hello. Want to come up and say hello? Want to come up and say hello? Jasper Kitty? Jasper, would you like to come up? Come on up. He doesn't want to come up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jesse, no problem. I understand. I'm curious, Jesse, too. Like, when we go to these places, how updated the satellite data is. I wonder. Jesse was saying, I didn't contribute, but I am curious if the Orlando data's how updated it is. It's a good question, because they keep updating theme parks all the time. So I wonder how updated the data is. What's my favorite food at this point? I don't have a favorite food. I never did. Which upcoming Microsoft game am I most interested in? I don't know, because I couldn't even tell you what the upcoming ones are anymore. All of them have been so disappointing at this point. Jasper, would you please come up here? Everyone wants to see you. Whenever you want Jasper to do something, he refuses. If you definitely don't want him to do something, he'll do it. Okay. What's my favorite type of cloud? I answered this the other day. The cumulonimbus. The cumulonimbus cloud is my favorite cloud. I don't know why people keep asking me the same question over and over when I've already thoroughly answered it. Drew Corporation says, is flight time realistic? It is. It's supposed to be an actual sim. So if you're flying and you wanted to fly from one location to the other, it would actually take the amount of time it would take to fly. But the thing is, you can teleport. Like, you could say, I just want to start here, and you'll already instantly be there. You don't have to take off from an airport and fly manually to any spot. You could just start midair. But the other thing is, like he said, Drew Corporation says, could you fly from Niagara to Orlando? No, because you'll run out of gas and crash. You don't have infinite gas. Will I fly a helicopter? Maybe. I know the game has helicopters, hot air balloons. It has all kinds of stuff now, right? Game Boy, you got a 30th anniversary DualSense controller for PS5. Congrats. That was a hard get, you know. There's a few more that are becoming available today. This morning, there were some that went available at 9 a.m., both the console and the controller, and of course, they sold right out. The only difference between the 30th anniversary and the standard is how it looks. It's gray and has a look of the original PlayStation. So it's kind of a cool, neat gimmick, a collector's item, but it doesn't perform any better. Jesse says, well, you could actually fly from Niagara to Orlando if you did it in a jet. I don't think, do you think there's jets in this? I don't know. I know that there's commercial airliners. I don't know if they would actually have like jet liners or like a Tomcat, you know, I don't think so. And wouldn't that run out of gas too? Super Bonchon says, no lie, I love that for so many things you don't have a favorite, but you do have a decisively favorite cloud. Yes, because I love the word cumulonimbus. I just remember that word from when there was like learning in school about clouds. The word cumulonimbus just stuck in my head, so I always remember it. I actually have no idea what the cloud is. I have no idea. If you were to ask me, can you point out the cumulonimbus cloud? I'd say Gesundheit. So there you go. Can you fly to the Bermuda Triangle? You can. I think we tried it in the last one, but there's nothing there, right? Like, we tried it in, like, the last flight sim, but there's just nothing there. It's just empty. In real life, people claim if you fly there, you just vanish, but in the game, if you fly there, nothing happens at all. Sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Cumulonimbus? I guess so. It does kind of. All right. Well, originally, my idea for today is we were going to look at PCs. All right. Just to show you a couple. We're not going to have time to do this now. But basically, what's happened is there are early Black Friday sales, and Amazon is having some already. And so I was looking at a few examples of PCs that perhaps I could get, off of there. Here was one. Normally $1,800 down to $1,550. All right. Here was another one. Normally $1,899 down to $1,550. Okay. And here was a lower end one. $1,249, but has an exclusive $100 off coupon. Okay. So some ideas. And this would not be a gaming PC for me. This would be a capture and streaming PC. All right. So, what are you someone, I'm not even kidding you, I'm banning them immediately. Some complete moron on the YouTube chat says, I thought money was tight. You are an incredible dunce. Anyway, so yeah, different levels of PC that I'm looking at, and I'm not sure if these are ones. Again, these are the early Black Friday deals. They just launched. So I'm thinking about it. Oh, you know what's funny? They called this the Indiana Jones RTX 40 series bundle. That my gaming PC was the Black Myth Wukong bundle, and they never sent the code for Black Myth Wukong. I had to buy it. They literally never gave the code. So I never got the game for free. What a bunch of assholes. These are the Indiana Jones bundles. Yeah, Indiana Jones. So you get Indiana Jones. This one you don't. Oh, God. They still have Alienware? Oh, my God. Who would pay $3,000 for an Alienware computer? All right, I just want to click on it just for the hell of it. I know that Alienware is all different now, right? Doesn't Alienware, aren't they owned by another company now? Didn't Dell buy them or something? Right? Look at this thing. I mean, honestly, what's even that good in this? What is even that good in this? Right? Is this even as good as mine right now? And mine wasn't this expensive. And it doesn't even look good. Look at how it looks. That's not even like a visually appealing case. It's not. It's ugly. That's ugly shit. Ugh. Ugh. Look at this Legend 3 design. Yeah, it looks like shit. Who would want that? Why would you spend that much money? Seriously. Anyway, I wouldn't get that. So I'm looking at something like this. I'm being told that this is probably around the range of what I want for a capture streaming PC. The idea is that I want to be able to do 3 processes at once. Process number 1 is recording locally to my hard drive to upload to YouTube at a very high bit rate, such as 20,000 kilobits per second. Okay. Number 2 is I want to stream to YouTube at an incredibly high bit rate, say between 15,000 to 20,000 kilobits per second. And then number 3, I want to stream to Kick at the lower bit rate, which is their maximum of 8,500 kilobits per second. So I basically need a computer that could do all 3. That's what I'm looking at, okay? That's why if you're like, oh, why do you need it that powerful? That's why. I would basically need a GPU that can do at least 2 to 3 streams at once of encoding. If you can do the 2, then maybe I could have the CPU pick up the slack for the other one that it can't do. All right? So, I'm not sure what to do. That's right. I want something that's going to be a long-term PC here. That's going to be able to do what I want for a long time as well. We'll see. That's right. The whole idea of me migrating from this PC to my wife's PC from 2017 was necessity. That I needed to do that because this PC is dying, which it is. The fans are dying, the hard drive's dying, there's all these issues. The USB ports are dying. It's having all these issues. It's over a decade old. But now I actually can afford a better new PC, a modern one. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy a better modern new PC. Okay? So this is the initial idea. It would be like one of these three. This one would be on the lower end to save a little bit of money and not spend as much. It is a lower end graphics card. I think it's a slightly worse all around. But then these would be, they're about equivalent, I believe. I don't really know the distinct difference between the two, honestly. But they're pretty similar, I believe, in build. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Now, if you guys see any good Black Friday deals, whether it's on Amazon. Amazon would be ideal because Amazon, I'm on Prime and I can get it shipped like right away and it's easy returns if there's something wrong. So I prefer Amazon. And I know that there's a ton of PCs out there to buy. All right. But if you see a good deal, send it my way. All right. Because I need to know, I'm very curious what I should get. Okay. And I know that the deals have begun. The deals on Amazon just started right now. And they run like over a week. Now, I know there's going to be more deals over the course of the next week at other places other than Amazon. And I know that there's probably going to be Cyber Monday deals as well. So I don't absolutely have to pull the trigger immediately. We have a little bit of leeway. But the whole idea is that by the end of next weekend, not this weekend now, but next weekend, the Black Friday weekend, I want to buy a new PC for capturing and streaming. Okay? Yeah, I know. I just don't understand Alienware at all. You saw that, right? The only thing I saw is that it had 64. That Alienware has 64 gigs of RAM. And it had the super version of the graphics card. But outside of that, I don't even understand why it's that expensive. Why the hell is it $2,899? Like, I don't even see anything in there that would make it that expensive. It has a 4 terabyte hard SSD. That it? A few hundred more for the SSD? Like, it's actually dumb because its base hard drive is 2 terabytes and it's a regular hard drive. It does have a 4 terabyte SSD, but the operating system isn't even on an SSD on that one, which is a bad idea. It looks like shit. I would never want that Alienware. It looks terrible. They call it minimalist. I call it no effort. The CPU, that Intel Core CPU is really good. 24-core i9 13900F CPU. A 13th gen Intel Core processor. 24 cores, 32 threads. Probably sucks. I don't like the design at all. Like, if you're going to spend that much money, you at least want a PC that you're going to like to look at, too. And I think that thing is ugly. That thing is butt ugly. All the Alienwares are butt ugly. Like, I'm looking at all of them. Oh, now here we go. This is what I need. All right, hold on. You got to see. Are you ready? This is what I need. Are you ready for this? When we're talking top of the line, we're talking the Panorama gaming desktop PC with the RTX 4090, the Ultra 9 285K processor, 192 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. Who the fuck needs 192 gigabytes of RAM? What in the shit am I looking at? Even with all the money that I have made in the last few months, I can't afford this. There is no fucking way I could afford that. What the hell is the point of this? You want to talk about way over the top spending? Oh yeah. Super Bonchon says the 285K actually sucks for gaming, but it's what you would want for this PC. Wow. Check out if Starforge has sales. I thought that the Asmongold was just sending me one. But I guess now he probably doesn't have association with them anymore. Right? I don't know. Or does he? Eternal Apom says, don't think about it, just do it. All right, we're doing it. Even though I can't afford this, I don't have this much money, I'm going to somehow buy it. My awful credit, they'll approve me for 12-month financing. Yeah, right. My non-existent credit. That thing is nuts. Who would want that? I don't know, man. Anyway, all right, enough foolishness. But guys, see, we're thinking ahead here. Here's the deal. You guys are looking at $5,000 PCs and telling me to buy them. We haven't even hit the goal for this stream. Remember, we need to hit the goal for this stream. We need to hit the goal for tonight's politics stream. We need to hit the goal for tomorrow's Stalker 2 stream. And then I'm ordering the Smash Burger. If we can raise an additional $50, I'll order a double Smash Burger order from 2 different businesses. But right now, we don't even have today's goal. So what's going on? Frank did a $2 super chat. He says, look up this Corsair. All right, hold on. Thank you, Frank. Is this on Amazon? Let me get rid of this panorama piece of shit. Dude, that's $3,600. Oh, it's $3,600. What he just told me to get. I can't get that. It's not even on sale. There's a lower end one. See, this is the price point I'm looking at. Okay, something like this. Here, I'll show you. Jeez, I can't believe the graphics cards are $1,000. It's insane. This is the price point that I'm looking at for a PC. All right? Around here, give or take. Could be a little lower, could be a little higher. This would be the Corsair that I'd look to get. But I don't know. Again, I don't know. By the way, 1 terabyte SSD? That's terrible. What a terrible SSD. Awful. Liquid cooled as well. I've been told to stay away from liquid cooling if I can, because I've heard that it has issues and it wears out and then you have to like replace it over time. No, Asmongold, listen, I think Asmongold is a fine person. I have no issue with the man whatsoever. But it's weird because he talks about me on his streams, but then he makes no effort to ever contact me or respond to my efforts to try to contact him. Like, he said, hey, should we give Darkside Phil a gaming PC? And then I responded to it, and I was like, yeah, I would take it. And then I never got any answer. Nothing. Zero. And then this year, I'll be honest, I did try to reach out to him a couple times. I said, hey, I know you talk about me on your streams. You just mentioned me. Let's have a chat. He just ignores me. So, he's too big, man. This guy gets thousands of viewers every stream. He's a millionaire. You know, he can't talk to the rabble like me. He'll name drop me on it. You know. He'll say, oh, nominate DSP for Fighting Gamer of the Year in one of these online poll things. But then when DSP actually says, hey, Asmongold, I'm here. Hello. Ignores me. I am just a peon, an ant, to be stepped around. Hopefully not stepped on, but maybe stepped around. Mentioned from time to time. Get a rise. But I just don't exist. Okay. Anyway. I just changed the screen because whenever I do a white screen on my PC, it bothers me. It's too bright. My TV is too bright. Okay. 672 re-upping his membership for 42 months says buy the parts and start a series DSP builds it. No, because I'm not stupid. Frank, the $2 super chat. Do you have an Amazon wishlist link? I don't have anything on my Amazon wishlist, Frank, except for like gift cards to the various digital services, and I don't even have anything on there for Steam because since I became a PC gamer, I never updated it. So really, I don't really have an Amazon wish list, no. I received a $1.25 tip. Oh, it's a troll. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, 2,000 is probably too much. Like I said, the most I'd probably want to spend, I was hoping to spend between 1,000 to 1,500. That's the price range I was looking at for a new streaming capture PC. And I hope that would be enough to do the 3 processes that I want to do. So I could do a true dual stream, one higher quality to YouTube, one lower quality to K, but also capture at a really good rate. And then hopefully in the future, if I wanted to do something different, maybe higher resolution or better quality, I could, but, you know, not an immediate concern. I'm just going to say this to people in the chat bringing that up. You don't know what you're talking about. All right. I'm going to be honest because you guys just don't know stuff that happens behind the scenes and stuff. So I'm not even going to say a word. I'm not. I'm not because then people are going to be upset. So I'm not going to say a word. Okay. No, I never made a time capsule. Jasper Kitty is rubbing his face against my foot. Jasper, do you want to come up here? People said they wanted to see you. He runs away. Wow. All right, folks. Let's get it going. We're about to start with Flight Sim momentarily, and it sounds like we're going to Niagara Falls first because that's the biggest contribution that I had on the stream. All right? So, thank you for a great show. Last chance if you'd like to contribute and help me hit the goal here for the stream. It would be great if we could hit it right away. Remember, anything in excess of 150 counts towards me doing a double order tomorrow and a head-to-head taste test of Smash Burgers. Okay? If I bought parts, would I consider DSP builds it? No, I'm not doing that. I used to build PCs. I've told you guys this, and a lot of people don't believe me for some reason. I used to be a PC builder. Well, I was a hobbyist. Back in the early 2000s, I built multiple gaming PCs. I loved doing it, actually. I found it very entertaining and fun to do. I liked understanding all the hardware of a PC back in the day. And I would actually order online at places like Newegg and stuff when they had a sale, and I would have parts lying around, and I would build PCs and build them up. I used to play Unreal Tournament 1 and 2. Quake the Arena, was it? I think Quake the Arena, and a few other games. I really liked playing them online. I thought they were great. And I had 2 PCs at my parents' house that were networked. One was in my bedroom, and one was across the hall in an office that we had. And my friend would actually come over and we would play Unreal Tournament together in the same server, two PCs on one setup. And it was super fun. And I told you this story that one time I went to and by the way, the PCs were all plugged into surge protectors and everything. You know, they were protected. I went to a Street Fighter tournament. Because back then I was into competitive Street Fighter. And so I was gone for like a whole weekend. And I came back like 3-4 days later. And my parents said, so just so you know, we didn't call to tell you because we didn't want to ruin your weekend. But we needed to let you know that back home here in Connecticut, we had an electrical storm. And it just so happens that a lightning bolt actually hit the telephone pole over there, and we lost our power for like 2 days. They actually had to come replace the wires. But basically, everything in the house turned off, and a lot of things have been damaged, and we don't know what happened with your PCs. I said, wait, what? So I went and looked, and one of the PCs was completely dead. Like, completely dead. Apparently, it had gotten, like, the surge protector didn't even help. because the lightning had struck the pole like 1 block away or whatever. And the PC was completely fried. Wouldn't turn, nothing, no response at all. As if it wasn't even electrical components. Like I couldn't even get charge in the fucking thing. I was like, holy shit. So I tried like saving some of the components. Can I take the RAM out and use it in another PC? Doesn't work. Can I check it? No, just dead. Okay. So I have to, that, and no lie, this was when I was working like low end jobs. This wasn't like, oh, I had a career and I was working and making big money. This was me grinding away at like fast food, retail job to get some money. And me being a hobbyist, you know, these things were very expensive investments for me. And after losing that first, I think, if I remember correctly, it was around $1,000. You know, back then everything was cheaper, but this was a pretty decent range gaming PC. So it was like $1,000 PC. And I lost it. And since then, I basically told myself, that's it. That's the extent of me caring about building computers and putting money into it and everything. From now on, if I'm going to get a PC, I'm just going to buy a pre-built. And that way, you know, it's all done properly. And, you know, can't blame myself for doing it wrong. And I mean, I'm 20 years removed from ever building a PC. Right now, I'm looking at my gaming PC. And I could see the graphics card and I could see the slot. I don't even know what they're called anymore. They used to be called PCI Express slots. Who knows what the slots are called now? I don't even know. I can see the SSD is something weird because the slot for SSDs is so bizarre, but I did install an SSD in there myself. So I did do that. I see the RAM slots. You know, 2 of the RAM slots are full. I think there's more RAM slots in there. I actually can't tell right now. So I got the 2 RAM slots filled. I could see the processor, and I could see that the cooler on the processor is really unique. I see expansion slots. So if I wanted to add like a capture device, I could see, I know what the power, like the power source is. So generally I know all of the slots. I can recognize all of them. All right. But I don't know what the right components are to buy. I don't know the ins and outs of little nuances. Like when I would try to install the SSD, I was confused. I was like, where the fuck does this thing go? It looks so weird compared to old hard drives. How now they just kind of snap in. You know what I mean? It's really different. I don't know. I don't want to build my own. Just being honest. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to have to set it all up and then screw it up. This one, you know, it came. It works beautifully. No problems. I just want to do that. I want it to show up because I'm going to have enough problems getting it set up to work with for me for the streaming and capture. I have to get OBS set up. I have to get all the bells and whistles working. All the, you know, I don't want to have to do that. Plus also build it and do all that too. I'll be like, this is like weeks of work. And I don't have weeks. Like I work all the time. I need to work to make money. I can't have weeks where I'm not streaming to build this thing and get it up to snuff. I just want to buy it, have it show up, plug it in, have it work, and then spend a day or two setting up OBS, doing the conversion, and then being able to do my work. I don't want to have weeks of building and having it be fucked up. You know, I just don't. So I don't want to deal with that. And then on top of that, you order all the components for a PC. Half of them show up right away. Some of them never show up. Where the fuck are they? Some of them are delayed. Oh, this one was faulty. Now you got to return it, get a replacement. All the while, you can't use a PC because it's not built yet. You see? I just want to have it done. Okay. All right. So, folks, I hope that you enjoyed today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. We talked about a lot of topics for sure. So I hope that you enjoyed some of them. Please support the streams today, tonight, and tomorrow for the Smash Burger Challenge. Let's make it happen. I'm very excited. All right. Thank you guys so very much. Tomorrow, we'll talk about how Microsoft Flight Simulator and, of course, my second episode of DS Politics went. Hopefully they go really well. And it should be an exciting time. Because tomorrow, as long as everything goes according to plan, I'm ordering the Smash Burgers. So thank you guys so very much for a great show. See you tomorrow.